Oh, another one. Can we use some powers? Yes, we can. Awesome. Boom, in the face. Oh, did we get it? Yes. On the monorail, monorail, monorail. Poke out like that. That one's down. These things just run around like dickheads. Many visions! Oh shit, it blew up. She's got it stacked up there, hasn't she? It's a very angry caterpillar, and yes, the game is very pretty, Sparkle Sauce. Okay, run, jump, force, pull the vine thing. We can manage that, can't we? That looks like what we gotta do. Hey, there we go. And all in one maneuver. Much smoother. Rocket Man, what do you got? Bring it. Bring it. Done. Oh, shit. Yeah, shoot the stupid flowers. What is that? Oh, nature. Nature be scary. Whoa. That is not a delicate landing. Why did you just body slam? That was not necessary, dude. There is no way a box like this should be up here. That is fucking stupid.
What is it, BD?
Look out, look out. So you're just gonna stand there. Alright, everyone, you can come along now. Oh, death magic. That can't be good if I see someone casting something called death magic. Alistair, go hit that guy. Down they go. I really don't like emissaries, you are correct. Because they're like mages, they're casters. They can do so much damage, and they can do debuffs, they can do fireballs, they can do all kinds of horrible stuff. Ooh, I haven't seen one of those yet.
I think we work well together.
Oh yeah, that went well. Is he secretly like a badass? Did he? Surely not. Oh, spinny flippies move. Well, that's a big explosion.
You, no life of your own.
We both place others above ourselves. I happen to do it clothed.
You're splitting hairs, but wishing someone would split yours.
I've had enough of your loose lips. Like many, I'm sure.
Oh, touche.
Amazing.
Prig.
Slattern!
That's Slattern.
I might put this back on track.
Amazing. That was fantastic. Ooh, that is an odd attitude for a merchant indeed.
Well, I'm considerate.
Dr. Lloyd?
If it isn't the hero of the day.
Hey. Well, why don't you give up the sword and we'll go?
Excellent idea.
Oh, okay. Do you think the Kunari are going to invade Ferelden?
In time. There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
You just want to give him a hug and a Tim Tam. Yep, so he's kind of parroting what is sort of known for British cooking and British recipes, and then obviously Liliana is talking about French cooking, or Liégean, which is French inspired by comparison. French food is very good. Ah, excellent. Oh, decapitation. Get you, get you. Where did you even come from? Eat my big bullets! Throw a nade up there for you and for you. Who else we got? One up there. Get him, nade. Yeah, that's how we do it. Whoop, whoop. Give it a bit of a slowdown so he can give it a bit of a slapping.
Just off in there.
Well, they get grappling guns. I want a grappling gun. Ooh. Imperial Refinery. Come on.
He can't beat all of us.
Whoa, shit, that's a flamethrower. What am I supposed to do against that?
Located a hostile. See what I can do. I won't let you win, traitor.
There we go, got him. Droid, look out, Cal.
Visitation is not permitted.
Yeah. If you've got headphones or good speaker, crank it.
We have gathered all the forces we can.
Oh, is Alistair gonna speech? Speech.
For the Grey Warden!
Yeah! Oh, hits. It hits so well. We'll make Obi-Wan proud by getting to the high ground.
We're counting on you, Warden.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I forgot you can do that. Ha! What a doofus. I'm sitting here fighting everything. I didn't have to. Knees down. Oh, yes! Finishing move from Zephyrin. Nice! Yeah, still very Lord of the Rings-ish, isn't it? More titties. You want more titties? That woke Quartz up. Bring the titties! I've been bitten by this in too many other games. This is surely a trap. There we go. Beheaded her. Nice one, Alistair. Just like detonating mines. Oh, and also like Cyberpunk, I detonate the second trap with my face. What do you mean if you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist.
Yeah, you're right, Bright. He does sound like a Khajiit. Ha. Khajiit has wares if you have coin. Maybe Zephyrin is like a wish.com Khajiit. Like the dodgy one. It's like, oh, you know, it's like the memes. Mom, we want to get Khajiit. No, we've got Khajiit at home. Khajiit at home. Zephyrin.
Something's coming. Something's on its way. Mountains are crumbling like statues of clay. Something's on its way into the darkness. We are one. Into the darkness. We almost rise.
Alrighty, here we go, we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. How are we doing? It is a little toasty and steamy here in Australia. It is a bit warm for summer. I'm just going to adjust the camera very slightly. Come on, cooperate. Howdy, Jay. How are you doing? Come on, camera. You need to go back a tiny bit. Don't break. Oh, it does not want to cooperate. Back a tiny bit. Anyway, that'll do for now. Cool. So last night was a big story episode where we took on In Hushed Whispers, which is the quest in which you reach out to try and ally or team up with the mages. Of course, things don't go to plan. There was a Tevinter Magister who had kind of done some sort of devilish deal and forced all the free mages into servitude against him. He has been using some kind of weird time magic to possibly to get their allegiance. Anyway, we disrupted his plans. He sent us forward in time briefly to get us out of the way, where we saw what happens if the Inquisition fails, and the breach in the sky is basically everywhere, and the worlds are being ripped apart as they are sort of collided together. With Dorian's help, we were able, our new friend Dorian, who is also of Tevinter origin, he's the first decent Tevinter person that we've met. He was able to reverse the spell, get us back to the present. We took out Alexius, the wanker magister who was causing the drama, and we offered the mages to ally with us. We did not force them or conscript them as prisoners as such. We said they could be free, much to the dismay of some of our team members. Now, we said that, well, basically, let's give them a chance. If they fuck it up and go rogue and do stupid things, then we'll bring control in on them later. Sounds like a good plan. We'll see what happens, right? And Jay, you're setting up mods whilst you play. Is that that's Sims, right? Sims 4. Never even looked into Sims mods. That could be interesting, right? All right, I'm just going to step into the War Council, just clear our war table. And what we'll do is we'll start off with a conversation, or a couple of conversations with our War Council and some of our companions. We'll go out into the world, we'll do a couple of side quests that we've got sort of set up. And then we might do some more conversations. I don't know how many conversations or how long they're going to go. I don't know how thick they are or how juicy they are in Inquisition. I know that they can be pretty hefty in some of the other games.
Let us begin.
Oh, Josephine's going to fetch us some coin. And I think I've done all the other table missions for now. Yes, everything is complete. All right. In the meantime, I've also done a gear and an inventory cleanup. So we should be good to go. Learning Python, Jay. So is that Python for these mods, is it? Really? Surprising that Python's involved for modding Sims, but Python is a very useful language to be familiar with. It does a lot of cool stuff. It's used in a lot of places, in a lot of contexts. Yeah, awesome. That's cool. All right, so Josephine's here talking to one of the smugglers I think we've hired. But anyway, has she got anything to say?
I'll take my leave. Good day.
She does.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power instead of comforting the masses.
So they're allowing people to get more scared. They're ramping them up. The Chantry is incompetent. Hell yeah. Ha!
The Chantry couldn't solve its own problems when it had a divine.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Unrest's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
Yes, I see your point, but it's still it's only common because of religionness. Okay.
So if everyone listens to the chant, things will be smooth as silk.
I did say commonality is merely a beginning, but it's an important one. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Orlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
That is, really, you give me too much credit. While you're here, I do have a question. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
Ah, shit, I don't know. You do love making Josie blush. Because you can romance her, right? She's either gay or bi, right? So as a woman, I think you can romance Josie. Is that right? Anyway, we're probably still going to pursue Sarah because she's hilarious. Yep, she's bi. Excellent. Well, we can get some more flirting in the meantime. All right. So, do we officially say this is really weird? It's like, what is the official stance? Officially, did the holy saint, the holy religious figure of Andraste, did she pull us out of the breach? Is that who we saw? And is that what we're going to say to the masses? Oof. Don't claim to be holy. We say that Andraste chose me. I don't know. That's private. What do we say here?
Will my answer change your reply to the chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I don't claim to be holy. This is difficult. I wonder if this is substantial, right? I mean, she's talking about we need to get the chantry on our side because it's the one thing that all the different states and places agree on or unify on. It's very possible that it's Andraste. It's very possible it's something else. I never claim to be holy feels weird. Yeah, well, I probably agree. I don't think it has much sparing aside letting you establish your character. Yep, all right.
I'd tell the chantry
Thank you,
I
Jay.
was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
Okay, thanks. Don't know what impact that did or didn't have. Have we talked to Maneve in a while?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's
Yeah.
odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maneve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Oh, I thought we'd already spoken to her. Maybe we hadn't.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
Oh, nice.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
Yeah, so even the mages didn't treat them well.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Something in your accent. You were raised by the Dalish, weren't you?
Andaran Atishan. The lack of Valisleen caused most to miss it. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
7? Oh, well, I'm losing some of the sympathy I have for the Dalish then. Geez, that's a bit rough.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
Mm-hmm.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors.
Everyone loves the idea of
When
the
some
outdoors.
monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
Very good. Well, I've been turning research components into the desk for her all throughout the game anyway.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Yeah, well, we've been doing that. I don't think I've got anything at the moment.
If you find anything, please bring it in.
Don't worry, we will. We will. Cool. Now... let's just have a look. Nope, this is like the barracks area. Jump down the dungeon area. To see, I think someone mentioned that it's possible that Alexius is down there. Have you checked to see? Ah, that's what I'm doing right now, Jay. Right on the money. Let's see, anyone in there? How down do we go? Anything there? Or there? These all appear to be empty. Can't open them either. Yeah, no. Nothing seems to be here at this stage. The glowy bit makes it hard to see through the bars, but now it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like Alexius is down here, which is kind of disappointing. That could have been interesting. He did just kind of give up in the end, didn't he? Elvin, welcome. How are you doing?
Magic exists to serve man and
yes, I've heard that chant so many times. Moving on. All right, let's talk to Liliana.
Lovely.
They should have this breach sealed soon enough.
I suppose their gold spends as well as anyone else's.
It does, Mr. Merchanty Man. Liliana, what have you got to say?
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, encourage Liliana to kill the traitor agent? Or encourage her to kill the traitor agent? Or remain silent? I think we might just remain silent and see what happens, right? You can open the dungeon doors if you talk to Sarah. I did wonder that, because there is a prompt that she has which says, I need you to open a lock, so I'll look at doing that. I will do that, don't you worry. Might show up in the new digs later, yes. Okay, duly noted. In the meantime, do we encourage... Now, let's remain silent and let's see what Liliana's going to do.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests.
Oof.
Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Liliana is getting a bit darker. She used to be so sweet and innocent and naive. Now she's a bit more hardcore.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts.
Don't worry.
Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
We have sealed so many places. So many rifts, don't worry. Any other updates?
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
Ooh, I watch you die for me. That's...
In
Ooh.
Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
Wow.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Well, she's still golden. Did I craft upgrades for her armor or buy a new one? I've just equipped other armor that we had and equipped some of the upgrades that I have. I haven't crafted anything yet. I'm still waiting to get some better schematics, which I'll do once we sort of slow down in the leveling a little bit later. Maybe once we get to our next digs or something. But I will be crafting in future, but just not yet. I'm still saving up some of the resources. But the Inquisition, our Inquisitor, yes, definitely is wearing different armor today. Good spot. Well spotted. I think have we talked about all this stuff already?
They called you the left hand of the divine.
That they did? What of it?
I could use the left hand of the divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
Kind of, yeah, I get it, I get it.
What exactly does the left hand of the divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
It sounds like you did some unscrupulous things as the left hand.
Yeah.
Perhaps, but wouldn't you do anything to protect what you love?
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Okay, yeah.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So, to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
But was it also... Anyway, moving on.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
So is that when... So did Liliana meet her when she first fled Orlais after all the shit she dealt with Marjolaine? We learned a little bit about Liliana's backstory in Dragon Age Origins. Then she started having what she thought were divine visions.
We'll talk more later.
People thought she was crazy. Alrighty, so who else is nearby? We'll talk to a couple others. We've got Sarah down here. Ah, Dorian, our new team member. Let's go talk to Dorian. We have not had our initial chat with him yet, and I have taken a backward path. The Sass Stash himself. BioWare writes grief so well. They do. They write everything really well, I must say.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
Alright, we've got a guard person stuck in the way.
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
Oh, we can flirt.
If that means they're anything like you, I approve.
Ha! There aren't many mages back home like me.
I'd believe that.
I never fit in. Bloodstains are so difficult to clean, you see.
So we're doomed to a future of blood magic then?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
However, I thought the Templars and the Circles were only formed after the First Blight, which was caused by the Tevinter Mages. Or is that only when the Wardens came into existence? I thought the Templars were formed around then as well. As a result, maybe not. Okay. What else can we talk about? Oh, if I say that's enough, will I still be able to talk to him again?
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Let me get this stupid guard out of the way.
So, I assume you're Talvashoth or something like.
Why would you assume that?
If you weren't, you would have split my skull open at our first meeting before I said a word. Centuries of warfare with the Kunari do lead to this state of affairs.
You've encountered Kunari before?
Kunari raids are rather old hat for anyone from the Eastern Imperium, although the attacks aren't quite the rampaging wars of ages past. Now we're like two angry dowagers who only remember to spit at each other when they pass on the street.
Did you meet any Kunari personally?
None who weren't rushing towards me with a sword. I was too busy running in the other direction to say hello. Met some Talvashoth in my time, however. Mercenaries and a few merchants. They're not the same as Kunari. Might easily be a different people altogether.
Definitely.
If only other people knew that.
It's a southerner thing. Most of them don't even know what a Kunari looks like. Forgive their ignorance, O mighty one. They shall learn proper fear in time.
Lots of people want to kill Tevinters, not just Kunari.
Like me.
Generating goodwill hasn't exactly been a Tevinter's strength through the ages. A similarity of my people to yours, in fact.
You'd think it would bring us closer together.
Instead, we're like two cats in a sack. Sad, really.
All right, let's ask a few more things about Dorian.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Yes.
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
Oh, we can flirt again.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it?
It is.
Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
That's why I hate Tevinter. Why is everything so grey thematically? Well, because that's life, isn't it? Nothing is black and white. Only the Sith deal in absolutes. Because BioWare likes making you make the hard choices and feeling it. Yeah, they do. That's part of their excellent writing in these games. Yeah, let's ask about this careful breeding.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium.
Right.
They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Kunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
Oh, Dorian is a good dude after all. And he's gay, is he, Elvin? Is that going to be part of his reason for fleeing as well? Because he wouldn't be able to marry a woman and make the family happy. It is sassy stash, Nigel Thornberry.
It just seems... So much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Okay.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
Ah, that's right, because there's the Venatori cult that's influencing everything in Tevinter.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
Yeah. Just tell us about the Imperium, then.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
Strange? Why are you less qualified to rule than some tart with a fancy crown? Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
Okay, very good.
What is the magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later, lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
Yeah, I can see. So, Sparkle Sauce, you'd love to be a tart with a fancy crown? I'm a tart with a fancy crown. Check out my fancy crown. My N7 hat and massive headphones that hide my ears, so I never has the naked ears.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
Too much stress and responsibility, hey Jay. Well, that's true. Great power, great responsibility, right?
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course.
Of course. Oof, man, there's so many things to talk about. God damn it, so much dialogue.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Tell me more about your Chantry.
Is the Imperial Chantry so different from ours?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium.
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They're soldiers.
They don't use lyrium.
Ha! As if there'd be any left for them. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Yes, so just remember that Templars, one of the reasons they're so effective in controlling the mages and why they're there in the first place is because they use lyrium to enhance their abilities and cancel out magic stuff. But they also have, you know, magic countering capabilities. So when we were playing Dragon Age Origins, some of the worst people to fight, because we were an arcane warrior blood mage, some of the worst people to fight were Templars, because they'd knock all our buffs off and cancel out our magical buffs, which we relied on. So Templars, well, true Templars, quite powerful in their ability to dispel and counter magic.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
Andraste again.
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side, divine provenance, a blah, blah, blah. We feel better believing Andraste was one of us. Makes executing her less damning, you see. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever since.
So, the Imperial Divine is always a man?
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be divine after all? Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always been done. Excellent reasoning.
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the South. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
Hello, so Jay, hello the Christians and the Jews. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, even the different forms of Christianity, right? The Catholics and the Protestants and the it's the same thing as always. They do it slightly differently. They all disagree with each other. Yes.
I'm not surprised. It's not an opinion you should share.
You did ask, if you'll recall. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you. That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
Duly noted. Okay.
You don't seem like the religious sort, to be honest.
If you define religious as sitting in a chantry and listening to a blithering hen tell you how to live, then no. If you define it as believing in the possibility that something larger than yourself exists, then yes, by all means.
Oh, very good.
The world is bigger than I am, even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe, but I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Let me ask you something else.
Oh, we're having the juicy conversations with Dorian. He's got some good, some good points. Even the guard is bored. Yeah, the guard's blocked in place. The poor scout's having a seizure. Yeah, I know, if I exit the conversation, she's just going to walk this way and then get stuck again. Poor NPC. I'm just going to leave the NPC for the moment.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I'd think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago.
Yeah, they're too good.
Been fighting the Kunari for what? 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be a heathen. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Vito, you are here. We can start. Excellent. Thanks for coming along, dude. You know what? I actually did hold off on talking to Sarah, just in case yourself or a couple of the others were late to come along and wanted to see it. So you've timed it pretty well. We're almost finished talking to Dorian. We'll have a chat to Sarah, and then we'll head out and do some questy action. You cannot hear over the visuals of that glitch. Hang on, all right. Let me back away.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Oh, I was going to ask more stuff. Oh, have I locked myself out of the conversation now?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
But we checked the cells. He wasn't there. Maybe this conversation unlocks it. Yeah, maybe. Look at this Wally guard. Get out of the way, you dickhead. Dorian, there's still some...
Very interested in my opinions.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
Yes, there's still a couple of things we haven't touched yet.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any Magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
Oh.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. Most of them probably innocent.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a Magister who makes noise. And then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that Magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Yeah.
That is true.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
You think slaves like it that way? Don't be ridiculous.
I didn't say they like it. It's all most of them know. In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out.
Yeah.
Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
Man, this is similar. I mean, even in the Mass Effect universe, the Asari have indentured servitude where, you know, when you don't have any other options, you can volunteer to become indentured into a slave-like scenario where you don't have to worry about stuff and everything's provided for you. You know, there's all these legalities around it and, you know, minimum conditions that must be provided to you. Sounds good when the way the Asari spin it anyway. Yeah, with the contracts veto, yeah. And I think you can do it for limited times as well, you know. You put an end date on it to pay off a debt or something, right? Anyway, look, this is still not... I'm not saying this is good. It's, you know, what he's talking about sounds similar to that. That's all I'm suggesting.
Is that what you call it? Treated poorly?
Abuse heaped upon those without power isn't limited to Tevinter, my friend. I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I think I agree with you, Elvin. I'd rather die free than be a slave. Yep.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
All right, that was a lot of discussion with Dorian, but it's all relevant because we just dealt with Tevinter Magister in the last chapter, and it's good to meet. It's interesting to meet a Tevinter person who is not a complete flog. That's our first decent Tevinter person, and I don't even really refer to him or think of him as being a Tevinter because he's not part of the Magisterium and not doing dodgy, shady shit all the time.
With your fancy robes and your fancy words, you think you sing a better chant than the rest of us, but you really only hear yourselves nattering on. We don't need a divine. We have the Herald, and whatever she says is good enough for me.
Religious folk arguing. Well, let's go talk to Sarah. What can we glean from her? And then it's time to go and do a bit of action, I think.
Around again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sarah was never an agreeable.
Oh, the Sarah song is playing again.
Rebellion, but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one quite knew where she came from.
Something like that.
Sarah was never quite the quiet.
She meant to be playing a guitar.
Loud and
Lute.
joyful, but she knew the ways of noble.
Let's talk to Sarah.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes. I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
Ah, that's right. So she's not a big fan of mages. And this bard is distracting me. Be quiet. We heard the song yesterday. So, Alvin, even if you get a house and daily resources, you do actually have any of that, or is it an extension of the master? You mean the slaves? Yes. But it still could be, as long as you're happy and comfortable, it still could be better than living in poverty forever. So at the end of the day, I guess whether it's yours or not, doesn't matter as long as you're happy and safe. That's the main thing. Some people would be happy with that. Some would not. Okay, you don't like mages.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. You're fine, right? My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Shut up, you bard. Need some locks unpicked.
I was wondering if you could look at some locks for me.
What, the doors under the chantry?
You know about them.
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches. Good to know about you, though. Consider them open, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. All right, let's chat a little bit more.
Can't wait, what's on?
Okay.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Well, you're dragging people together, suppose that's something. You're gonna need more trebuchets if you're going after the sky. Or, you know, ladders.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again, with your people. Right, which ones?
We've asked about all these already.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
I thought we could talk and flirt more, yeah.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, yeah? An even spread is all it takes.
So this is her Red Jenny gang that take down corrupted nobles? Nobles, not nobles.
So do you take turns leading or something like that?
There's nothing to lead. Put a few favors in, take a few out. Stop and you cut yourself out.
Other than that, we stay out of each other's way. Probably best. Some are right asses.
Some are right asses.
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
I expected people from you.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, they wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know, wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it, right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them, in a million little ways.
Alright, well, that's good.
So lots of little contributions add up in the background, like snowflakes that snap a branch.
What? Sure. Like snow, I guess. Anyway, it just works, most of the time. Friend of a friend and little hints. Mind you, you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're into that. Risky, yeah, but you like a bit of a tease.
Who doesn't love a bit of a tease?
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Well, that's as much flirting I seem to be able to do at the moment, Sparkle Sauce. The bard is really intrusive when you're trying to talk. It's like when you go into a restaurant or somewhere and the band is really fucking loud, or they've got someone playing music in the corner and they think that the attention's meant to be on them. No, tone it down. Shut the fuck up. You're meant to be nice in the background, not barging into my ears over everything else I'm trying to do.
Love seeing you, yeah?
Oh, love seeing us. Good, good, good. Oh, we can't talk about anything else, so we're in good favor with her.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Okay. We'll have to do flirtage another time. Alright, so you'll get more options with her after Haven. Duly noted, thank you, Jay. I've heard she does some funny stuff, so I look forward to seeing some of the funny stuff. Alright, so let's go into the hinterlands. Back to... Whoop. Around Redcliffe, there was a couple of quests we could pick up when we were hanging around the mages yesterday. So why don't we travel up there? We've got a landmark to claim here. So we'll make our way up, pick up a couple of side quests, and that's what we're going to do this session. We'll do some side quests, we'll do some conversations. Next session on Thursday is when we'll tackle the next main story mission. In the meantime, we'll clear out some of the dialogue that we've got and some of these other activities for good measure. That way we can hopefully maintain some okay pacing, not burn through too much story at once and then be stuck with too much side quest action. Not closing the rift. Yeah, the breach. Yes. So we're going to close the breach, or marching on to close the breach. That's the next thing we need to do story-wise. We probably won't be doing that tonight. We'll probably do that Thursday session at this stage. Alright, give me my horsey. Let's go. I'm really glad I dedicated a whole stream session to the whole Mage Alliance yesterday, because that took up the entire session. Oh, come on. Come on, horsey. There we go. Stop running into stuff. And the fighting has stopped here in this area, so that's good. Blackwall wants to find some of the Warden artifacts, so I'll try and do that later as well. Oh, horses are clunky in this. Come on. Go faster. Go, go, go. Well, I'm glad we're not being ambushed every 20 feet now that we've been all through here, so that's nice. Let's make our way towards that marker. Now, do we go through? No, we don't go through there. That's a Mage Hideout. We've been through there, right? That's all been done. Done, done, done. It's usually around every main story beat you get more dialogue with your people, yes. So I need to talk to a few more people. So we'll do a few side quests here, and then we'll head back to Haven and talk to a few more people as well. Just trying not to have too much dialogue all bunched up together, because that can get a bit tiresome. I do have an issue with the BioWare games. Sometimes you have too much action, then too much dialogue, then too much action and too much dialogue. Getting pacing right, I think, is a challenge in these types of games. When you have time, maybe add Dorian and Blackwall to the party. All right, cool. Well, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll take Dorian and Blackwall when we go searching for some of Blackwall's artifacts that he's looking for, which is actually the quest I've got on the screen at the moment. Right, so we're back in the Redcliffe area.
Whoa.
Go up to the left, because I think there's a landmark we can claim. Where is it? Here somewhere. There it is. So these landmarks, there's heaps of them in each area, and I've collected all of them so far off stream because it's not particularly interesting to do. I don't know how we get up there to loot that chest. Oh, like this. Yay. Yoink. Such an awkward place for a chest to be lying about. Iron Bull and Dorian also a good pair to take for banter. Ah, okay. Duly noted as well. Do like some good banter. Someone down here has a side quest for us. Still can't open these doors yet.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Yeah, there's going to be loot inside the locked cabin, so don't worry about the little looty alarm.
Good to see you.
Even before the sky fell open,
Storyteller.
it was a land of spirits and demons. Magic grows wild in the hills of Redcliffe.
Does it now?
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
Right, so that's given us a little quest. Let's check it out. Spirit in the lake. Take blood lotus to the lake. Let's see what happens then, shall we? How far down are we talking? A long way down. Holy shit, that's a long way down. Alright. Let's travel down. Banter is one of your favourite things in Dragon Age. I agree. It's one of the things that makes these games awesome. Yeah, we only got banter in Mass Effect. Like in a couple of the missions, right? You don't really get casual party banter with them. Something potentially missing, I reckon. Alright, so Dorian... bring Sarah and... What was it? Where is he? Blackwall. Where is he? Blackwall. Come along, my man. Now I just need to change Blackwall's tactics, because I don't think I've set him yet. Or his behaviors. Bring that down. And he is to defend. Defend the Inquisitor. Alright.
I've often wondered what the
Very
average
good to go.
man thinks about mage freedom.
If you really cared,
You could ask. Oh, but wait. That would involve talking to dirty commoners like me.
So much for that.
Oh, Dorian and Blackwall, they're at it already. Most excellent. Not so much a mention. Depends on who you have in your party. Yes, agree, Vito. But you don't really get casual stuff like this in Mass Effect. You get them reacting to things in the mission. And then there's certain missions where there is just comical bits, especially like the what is it? The Shore Leave DLC. We go down here. We have to go around this way? That way? Alright, horsey time. I don't enjoy the traversing in this game. Painful to get around once you've been through an area. You want to walk through an area once, and that's cool, but after that, it just gets annoying. Oh, there's hostiles behind us. Oh, and they knocked us off, so now we got to fight them. Oh, you dickheads. That was unwise. All we wanted to do was pass through, but no, you dickheads have to try and take us on. Every time. Every game. Oh, that's a good yank.
Done and done.
Talking about Mass Effect makes you miss Garrus. Yes, I should minimize the Mass Effect talk, eh? You make everyone miss Mass Effect. Alright, up here we go. Garrus was pretty awesome. I actually don't know who my favourite character was in Mass Effect. I liked all of them, and I liked Liara as a romance option. Who was? Yeah, Garrus was good. He's got to be up there. I mean, he's on my... Well, he's not on this shirt. He's on my other shirt that I have. Vito misses Tali and Grunt. That's true. I really liked Tali. I really liked Tali. She grew on me. Grunt was pretty hilarious. And basically, any Krogan was always hilarious. Yeah, and Javik. Even Javik. I mean, he even had some unique points of view. Yeah, Grunt is hearts. Yeah. Daddy Rex. Yeah, Rex was great. So many good characters. You got to give it to them. Especially when they carry him through the series. You get really attached to them. That's why I really love seeing some of the returning characters here. I think we get to meet Hawk in this game at some stage. So I'm looking forward to when that happens. Ooh, we placed this... We get a... Okay, we placed a flower. We got a sword. Thanks, Magical Lake. What's over here? Flowers for Santa Ellie. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Next, let's travel over here. Let's deliver these flowers that we picked up at some stage for someone's grave. So I'll put them down, and then we'll see if we can find Blackwall's little missing treasure here. Jay, did we stream Andromeda? We did. We did stream Andromeda. I haven't put the edited episodes onto YouTube yet because I'm way behind on what I need to be doing there because it takes a lot of time. Oh, this could be a tougher fight. But the streams are available on YouTube to watch if you want to see them. But who did we romance in Andromeda? Well, on this channel, we actually formed an entire saying towards it and got some stickers created so you could buy a sticker if you wanted to. And a couple of people did. The phrase, the saying that was effectively coined mostly came from Lady Sparkle Sauce in chat. But the saying and the phrase was moist the Scot, just as Vito says. Because people got excited when we met Suvi, the Scottish co-pilot. And the phrase was, oh, go after the Scot, go after the Scot, moist to the Scot, moist to the Scot. That was the saying. That's how we romanced. It was hilarious. It was iconic. And seriously, I still have stickers that you can get made if you go follow the links for like, I don't know, it's like $2 or something. You can get a sticker that says it. Come on, you big scary bear. Knock him down. Alright, big scary bear is dealt with. And that's actually the first time we romanced someone who's not part of the combat party as well. I think in this game you can romance Josephine, right? And she's not part of the combat party either. We're probably going to go for Sarah. Especially if we get to see more of her hilarity in future episodes. The sticker is certainly a conversation piece. Oh, and Cullen. You can romance Cullen as well. Oh, yeah. Who's also not a party member. Okay, we've placed the flowers. Read the sign. Senna, beloved, may your ashes be gathered by Falon Din and carried safely. After all the long years you carried me. So do we have to return for that? Or is that just the quest done? Hinterlands. Flowers for Senna. Return. You gotta return back to the Widower. Show me where we have to go for that. Back up to Redcliffe. Okay. Well, we'll go there in a minute. First, we're gonna check out if we can find Blackwall's missing memory stuff over here. This does not look promising. Oh, we got a little pingy ping. A looty ping. Somewhere here. Pristine Griffin Feather.
Good find.
They're just artifacts, are they? Alright. Cool. Alright, so back up to Redcliffe to turn in this quest. And can we fast travel to Redcliffe? I didn't even try this before. Ah, we can there. Dickhead me ran up the long way. I was looking because it didn't have a camp symbol. But anyway, there we go. We are here. So we are still yet to top the awesome phrase such as Moist the Scot. So you do come up with good phrases for other romance options in these games. Let them fly.
Lost to the memory of man.
Alright, here's the Widower.
I do not suppose you found my Senna's shrine.
We did.
I know it is a long way to go.
We did.
I cleaned Senna's shrine and placed the flowers. May her ashes be gathered by Falon Din and carried safely.
After all the long years she carried me.
Yes.
Thank you. You do a foolish old man too much kindness. Thank you, friend. May your Inquisition do as much good for the land as you have done for me.
And Blackwall approved. Even better. Elvin, you gotta go. No worries. Thanks for jumping in. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode, the next stream session on Thursday. Well, Thursday Australian time anyway, where we will tackle closing the breach and see what happens there. See if we can succeed. We've still got a lot more in the game to go, so I'm assuming either some drama unfolds or there's other things to do.
It's not easy finding people willing to shoulder such a terrible responsibility.
Here I thought you poked around prisons, hunting for murderers, desperate to escape the noose.
That's what you think of wardens?
It's not such a terrible thing. Some of my best friends are murderers.
They are men and women atoning for what they've done by giving of themselves. They fight for people like you, people in silks and velvets, who talk and judge.
Who's judging now?
I know your kind.
Huh. Oh, they don't get along too well, do they? Alrighty, let's go and find whatever this quest is up here. There's still some other artifacts for us to gather for Blackwall in this area. Some of the artifacts to find for Blackwall are in map areas we can't even get to yet, I think. One-Eyed Jimmy, what have you got for us?
With the Inquisition, as you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
Lord Wolseley, the weird ram. Okay, yeah, we can find him. Interestingly, it's a small detail, but he has one buggered up eye. You have to get very close to see it, but One-Eyed Jimmy is one-eyed. Okay. Alright, what's so special about this ram?
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Is he going to be like when people get like horses or hamsters to like pick which stocks to invest in, or who's going to be the Super Bowl winners and things like that?
Your ram has gone missing.
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
Right.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
The Ballad of Lord Wolseley is the quest. Where are we heading? Back down south. Right where we were before. Very good. Weirdly, you love this quest. Well, I'm always up for quirky quests. Skyrim's got some really quirky quests, so they're going to be fun when we play through those. So it's a parody or reference to something you think, but you have no idea what. Well, it does sound pretty funny. Why not? One-Eyed Jimmy and Lord Wolseley. Sounds like a Netflix special. Where are we going? Up here. This way. Right, so look out. Big goofy ram. We need to find a special unit. Is the Barbus of Dragon Age Inquisition is Lord Wolseley. Oh, actually, that's going to be him there. There we go. We did find him, because he looks different, right? He's a reddy colour. Does he talk like Barbus? That would be awesome. Come here.
Lord Wolseley, I presume? A young man named Jimmy would very much like you to return home. Ah, good.
God damn. Bear, go away. Return to Wolseley's owner for a reward. So, is the ram following us? Or is he's going to make his own way home, is he? He's running into the distance. The Golden Fleece, he'll go home alone. No worries, no worries. Oh, there's a random dead dude and a sturdy Bianca grip schematic. Well, that's going to be good. We can make a new grip for Varric. Awesome. Go us. Cool. Insta travel back to Redcliffe then. Go, go, go. Such a dumb quest.
What do you mean?
Look out. Oh, got stuck.
They say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor.
Well, it actually did temporarily, but never mind. The hero of Ferelden freed him and saved him. We know all about it.
Blessings upon the Inquisition. May it be with you.
I like how Redcliffe Village is still the same layout as it was in Dragon Age Origins. They've just added more detail and a bit more space. I like it when things are consistent. We are nerds. We like continuity. This is why the Marvel series is so good. The MCU rules because of it. This is why people who adapt games and books to shows need to have the consistency. Because that's what their audience loves. And there is Lord Wolseley in the corner. He still doesn't want to come near us, and now we've caused him to get stuck. Never mind, quest complete.
Wolseley came back. He says you convinced him. Here, for all your trouble.
Thanks. Yes, good quest. Alright, another quest to pick up down here. Let's see what that one's all about. Yeah, this version of Redcliffe Village looks pretty good. I think they've done well.
Travel safely.
Far up are we going? Into a hut.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs.
Yep.
May I help you?
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Have people called you a knife ear?
Every day. They need the salves I sell, but they spit on me once they've paid. These villagers only tolerate me because Templars killed their human healer. I doubt the humans at the crossroads would be any different.
Humans suck. God damn it, humans suck, don't they?
The Inquisition welcomes anyone willing to help, human, elf, or otherwise. If you help those refugees, we'll ensure that you're taken care of.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
She also had a question.
May I help you?
Yes, she's low on
Are
herbs.
you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
All right.
Goodbye.
Stay safe out there.
There's a list. Oh, here it is. Spindleweed and elfroot. Well, I've got a bunch already. Would you like them?
May I help you?
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Got millions of them.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, I need them to keep wounds from going bad. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Right.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Is this an endless loop, or is it going to be a different list this time? Royal elfroot and elfroot. Well, we have both of those too.
Pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, it's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
What's next? Crystal Grace and Spindleweed. I've got those two.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help. A pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
With this, I'm certain I can save more lives.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Quest chain complete.
For your help.
Okay, I thought that was going to go on for more. All right, cool. Another mission done then. It's a never-ending cycle. It seems like it finished. Each time it was different herbs, at least. I was going to keep doing it whilst it kept changing. Soon it was going to repeat on the same herbs, I was going to stop. So let's make our way down here. Let's find whatever Blackwall's loot is here that he's after. Then we've got some other spots over here to investigate. Thus is the nature of side quests, but at least these are the more interesting side quests. The really boring ones I've already done or will do off stream. Oh, is it? Sorry, Vito. I missed it. Is it a never-ending cycle? Apparently not. I wasn't sure if it was going to be, but apparently it's not. Don't worry. Sorry, Vito. Sometimes I don't read the chat thoroughly enough either. I'm bad at reading under pressure. Like when I'm trying to read the pages of codexes and signs in game. Sparkle Sauce, you missed a bunch putting baby sauces to sleep. You mean tonight? You haven't missed too much. You've missed some of the conversations with the likes of Dorian. That was interesting. Back at Haven. But around here, you haven't missed much because we're just doing little side quests. So it's fairly light session tonight. Fairly light and casual. Thursday session will be more heavy in the story again.
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
Cool, so we got some more Warden artifacts. Cool, cool, cool. What's over here and what's here? Hunger Pains. Wild rams live in the hills. Oh, we need to collect meat for the refugees. That's right. Well, let's run. Oh, actually, let's travel here. Fast travel to this camp. Then we'll run down. We need to kill every ram that we see to collect their meat. Now that Lord Wolseley is safe, we can kill the rest of the lambs. Collect their meat and bring them back to Redcliffe as well. But yes, I will make reading mistakes again in future, don't worry. Just like I often make mistakes when it comes to names of characters or people. My bad. Alright, this is the area. And of course, we do not see any rams. Could have taken out the others we saw. God damn it. Let's make our way over here. This is where there's some other side quests to pick up. Hopefully we'll see some rams along the way. Oh, there's one.
Demons, flappy robes,
Thieves, dog stink,
culty shits.
treacherous towns.
What? It's not a proper game of your people are shit if you make up words.
Teon is a Ferelden title, beneath only the family of the king. I'd have expected you, of all people, to know that.
Well, that's smart asses.
Too late. I believe that's my round.
Piss.
Dorian won that round of insults against Sarah. There we go. Hopefully I don't cook the meat too much too soon with the fire spells. Want to keep it fresh. We want to hit them with ice spells to keep the meat fresh for longer. Could do this all day, slapping rams around, eh, Dorian? Loves a bit of ram slapping. Sparkle Sauce, Twitch crashed so hard it took your Chromecast with it. Wow, that is a hard crash. So you may have better luck having YouTube do the actual video feed, and then you just jump in the Twitch chat on your device, on your mobile device. Whenever I've streamed Twitch onto Chromecast and stuff, it seems to be pretty fine most of the time. But it's usually fine for you too, right? Just weird recently that you're having troubles with it. Goddamn Twitch, get your shit together. People need to get in on the banters. Poor Rammy Ram. Alright, there's one. Get that one. Get it. Oh, too far away. Get closer. Ha! One hit. Awesome. Okay, we're nearly done. We just need one more ram in our travels. Have that elf fruit. Daisy, hello! How are you doing? And Sparkle Sauce, is Sarah our love yet? She is not yet, for we are still quite early in the game. Once we progress the story a bit more, I think we'll get to open up some more dialogue with her. So we're still kind of in the first act of the first chapter. But I think after, or during, well, yeah, after our next story mission stuff on Thursday, I think we'll start to get some more interesting stuff with Sarah. Oh, didn't get to loot that one. Here it is over here. Now, I've looted that chest previously, but what is inside here? Widow Mora. Okay, let's talk to this poor widow, shall we?
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards.
Wow.
Took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Dicks.
Farewell.
Recover the farmer's ring from the Templars. We shall. How far away is it? All the way over there. That's fine. Got caches to pick up too, have we? Let's travel here and then run across. Templars attacked and killed her husband, who was digging up a stump. What fuckwits. I'm sure the mages have done some equally silly things, but it's moments like this that I'm glad we sided with the mages and not the Templars. But I'm wondering if you side with the Templars, do you hear similar stories of mages? We were just rounding up some meat. Yes, Sparkle Sauce, we're collecting some ram meat whilst we journey between our other side quests. Let's go find this ring. Do need to kill one more ram, but we'll find it later. Oh, here's the Templars who took the ring. You look like a pair of dicks. You're gonna go down. You're not even real Templars because you don't do anything to dispel my magic. Templar encampment. When the Tevinter Imperium said that mages should rule over man, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. When the Circle said that mages should be allowed to consort with unholy spirits without care or consequence, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. Now the Lord Seeker tells us to withdraw to Valroyo. My brothers, I tell you, we are the just, and we must rebel against this unrighteous decree. Our battle must continue until no mage draws breath. Cast aside these cowardly shackles and join us along the river off the west road. A handwritten letter, a letter written in a crisp and educated hand. Cool. So Templars going too far and being way too self-righteous. Anything here? There's the ring. It's Dalish as well. Oh, she was an elven widow. Didn't even realize that. Back here. Travel. Up we go. Vito, did we kill that other Tevinter guy from last night? Yes. And no. So, yes, because we were thrust into the future, a bad future, where the breach had taken over the whole sky, and we defeated him. Yes, we killed him. No worries. And then no, because Dorian got his amulet, reversed the spell, put us back to the present where Alexius was still alive. So now, apparently, he's being held in the dungeon cells. But when we went down there, we couldn't see him. But when we talked to Dorian, we talk about him being in the cells. So we might have to do another visit down there. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Because we get thrust into the future, like, yeah, things look different, and it looked pretty grim. But we got to undo it. We got to do a time travel and change it back.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
And because he's not dead, he now has to suffer for his penance. Or suffer his penance. Is this the ring?
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
You're still handling it pretty well, considering that her husband's been murdered for no reason. Jesus, I would be just filled with so much rage. So you saw Zombie Lady, yeah. So you saw Liliana, because she had a rough time. And effectively, Liliana and a couple of the others, but especially Liliana, they sacrificed themselves in the future to give us more time so that Dorian could reverse the spells to send us back to the past to stop that future from happening and stop it from them needing to sacrifice themselves. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was pretty good. Well written. I liked it. And it really played on my hate for Tevinter, for Tevinter Magisters. Got me wound up well. Looks like we got some skill points to spend for Dorian and Blackwall. We do. I'm actually holding off at the moment because I think once we get to our new base, that is when some of these specializations can get unlocked. And I want to look at potentially spending some skill points in those specializations. Whereas at the moment, we've just got generic mage and generic warrior skills for our party members.
These must be the supply caches Whittle asked us to find.
So don't worry, we will be spending some points in the near future. We've spent most of the points, just not all of them. Alright, so what do we got here? These are collecting caches. That's a bit boring, so we might skip that. We need to kill another ram. We'll skip the caches for now. I'll do the caches off stream because that's boring to watch. Alright, so we just need a ram, and then we're mostly done with the hinterlands, I think. Okay. There's one down there. Come here, Rammy, Rammy. Whap him with a rock. Doink. Cool. Back to the hunter we go, which is up here somewhere, was it? Yes. Up at the crossroads. Gravel, there we go. Yes, Daisy, we're still in Haven. I was debating whether we do the next bit to progress to Sky something or whatever the next base is. But we're going to save that for Thursday, because I wanted to get some of our dialogue done with our team members first. So that I can try and have a bit of pacing and balance it, so we don't have all the story and action and then all the conversations. Yeah, it's hard to balance the activities in these games sometimes. Here's the hunter.
A lot of people going hungry out here.
Any more?
Hey, maybe this will help.
It more than helps. With this, I can fill these hungry bellies. Give these folks some hope. I didn't think much of the Inquisition. But no one else is helping like you lot. Maybe I was wrong.
Yes, you were. I have a question. Given that there's so many rams about, where are the lady rams? Where are the sheep? There's no sheep. Just rams. No ewes. Alright, so these are all grindy quests. That's all that's left. I'll do them in between streams. There's no other quests to pick up in Redcliffe. Alright, time for us to move to the next zone. Let's check out the fellow Maya. Because I think... oh shit, that's looking pretty barren too, actually. Because... oh, there's some memories to pick up here for Blackwall, so let's go down there. Head down there. Let's find Blackwall's next piece of treasure. I wonder if we can go through that gate. There's a door that was locked there that I'm hoping might be open now, but we'll see. And Jay, you're on the money again. You managed to say exactly what I'm doing right as I do it because I wasn't paying attention. Yes, straight to the hinterlands. Now what you need to say is, so, after stream, are you suddenly going to win $1 million tonight? And then you'll make that happen. Please make that happen. So we need a perk to open. We have to open that door with a perk, is it? I thought that one needed a key. Or one of these, or maybe I'm thinking of another spot. Somewhere in one of these maps there was a door that needed something to unlock to progress. Anyway, we'll run down here, we'll get this. There's also a side quest up here to pick up, so we'll have a look at that shortly as well. Why can't I summon my horsey? Are we too close to combat? It's red. Can't push the horsey button. Oh well, we'll just run. We'll just run down here. This area very much reminded me of The Witcher. And especially The Witcher 1. Because you go through a lot of swampy areas in one part of that game and there's drowners all over the place. You gotta fight drowners. And these corpses kept coming up out of the swamp, like drowners come up out of the swampy areas in The Witcher. It was awesome. So Sparkle Sauce, you did not be brought up on a farm and say lady rams. Yeah, I then said the correct words, like sheep and you. Don't worry. Yes, I said those words. I said lady rams and sheep and ewes. You can go back and rewind it. It's. Don't worry, I upheld our farm life heritage. It's okay, I would never embarrass you so. But it's a valid question, right? Why were there only rams? Too many dick pics. They were sending too many dick pics to all the ewes, so all the ewes left the hinterlands. They ran away. That's, oh, okay, so is thing we need to get inside the door we can't open. I see. In fact, yeah, because we're going to get up there, right? And to get there, you had to run around here, which I think we still can't open, but I'll just double check. I will double check. Vito was wound up too, saying it was a you, not Lady Ram, speaking to him fast enough. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. But I did say use. I did say sheep, and I did say use. Once I first got the lols out of using the wrong words. No, we can't open that till we get this perks. Okay, so we'll have to wait for that. And that opens a gate that we've already opened. But yes, for background information, Sparkle Sauce and I, we grew up in the country on a farm for the majority of our lives, so we are well acquainted with animals, animal types, farm life, machinery, crops, isolation, all of that goodness. Yes, I was going to say, you'd be proud, Vito. You would know it well too. Alright, so down here is where there's more shit, but I think this is also behind something we can't access yet. Let's see. Or does this just need to be opened with that lever up the top? Let's see. Let's try that lever that was up there. Jay, you were farm adjacent. Well, you were in a rural farm town district kind of place. So Daisy, so Sparkle Sauce and I are brother and sister. That's the connection there. And I actually did know Jay from many years ago, where I first met Jay working for her dad as an apprentice. And then we remained friends after that. Oh, and there's a gate we can run through. I don't know her anymore, though. Time has drifted apart. We are... Oh, shit, that's right. There's permanent falling damage. Oh, never mind. Total strangers. We wouldn't recognize each other. We cool. We good, we good. There's also Grisnak. I know Grisnak, who I met once upon a time through work, and we have become friends. So there's a couple of people in the audience that I do know in real life. And then there's many people in the audience who I've never met in real life, but we have met and we have found something greater through streamage connections. We've got some legends in our audience. The likes of Frosty, Vito, Moonalaya. Oh, and here's a big group. Oh, let's get you whilst you're grouped up. Let me catch you all on fire, please. Yes. There we go. I must say, combat has gotten a lot easier as we've gained some more levels and more skill points and some more gear. We're not even rocking Amazeballs gear at the moment, but we do slap the combat most of the time. And I've even enabled some of the challenging trials options in the gameplay menu where it can give you some bonuses to chances of finding schematics and loots and stuff in the special orders by having some extra little pieces of difficulty enabled. Maybe we'll have to crack on some more difficulty. Vito, is it Shade? Is it Vito and I the only dudes on at the moment? Possibly. Might be so far tonight. We do get a bit of a mix. Do get a bit of a mixed audience. I love our mixed audience.
Herald of Andraste! Face me! I am the Hand of Korth himself!
Alright. Who the hell are you? Why are you wanting to fight me? Alright, dickhead. We'll fight you. Hand of Korth. There we go. Go invincible. Smack him down. Maybe we need to take out this ad first. Take out the ad. Oh. It's pretty cool in this. When guys with shields, they deflect your... Whoop, hang on. They deflect your spell missiles and stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, we're barriered already, so let's cancel that and drink a potion. Heal up, that's it. Let's set him on fire. Excellent. Let's throw some rocks at him. Oh, go invincible. Fade cloak. Oh, I didn't quite pull that off. Black Wall is tanking like a boss. Thank you, sir. Here's some fire for this guy too. Another rock in the... Nope, let's go Fade Cloak again. Yes, because that hits hard. 695 damage. Suck on that. Release the Inquisition hostages. Ah, is this... This is where we were looking for some of the missing Requisition soldiers. Sorry, Inquisition soldiers. Requisition soldiers. You knew what I meant. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So Jay, this is the chief's son that got Scout Harding told you about ages ago. Yeah, the one that locked up Inquisition people to draw you out here originally. Yes, that's right. Whoops, apparently I've hit the console button. I remember now. That was like when we landed way up here in the northern side of the map. We were finding clues to try and find where the Inquisition soldiers were, all the way down here. Awesome. I completely forgot about that. I'm very good at forgetting small details as well. Can we bust this open? Yes, we can.
Herald of Andraste.
I've dealt with the Avar. Is everyone all right?
Yes, Your Worship. The injured need some rest, but we can return on our own.
I can't believe the Herald came for us.
I told you she'd come.
All in a day's work. Alright, so we've got a little hidden piece of loot somewhere nearby. Here. Is it here? Grey Warden banner.
Excellent.
Okay. Got an artifact for Blackwall. Did we meet the friendly Skyseer Avar that you can recruit? I believe the short answer is yes. So what I was doing is... When I first arrived here, between streams, I was clearing the area because there's lots of annoying grindy things. That's why I've cleared this path down. There was a Sky Watcher dude up near one of the beacons. I don't know if he's still there. And it is funny, I just read this afternoon that you can recruit him, but you have to get the timing right. Otherwise, he disappears. And I don't remember if you have to do it before you finish Lost Souls or not. I guess we'll go and check out all the beacons to see if he's still there. Just to be safe. I may have balked it. What does it say, Skywatcher? Is it this guy? Has he come here? Has he made his way here, perhaps? Oh, that might be him here, then. Looks like him.
God looks after you, Herald. There lies the brat. His father, chief of our holding, would duel me for the loss if he cared enough.
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks. Join me. Help us stop the breach.
Is this why the Lady of the Skies let me here?
Yep.
To help heal the wounds in her skin?
Totally.
I'll join you. Let me make peace with my kin and I'll find where you set your flag.
Hey, there we go. Nice mask. We shake hands? Nope, we just bang chests. Phrasing. Let's bang chests, giggity giggity. New agent acquired. Excellent, cool. Yay us, success. I need to get another agent to join the Liliana gang so that we can then spend our Inquisition point to get the unlocking capabilities of doors, of bigger doors. So let's travel up to this beacon now. Yes, new agent. We like the new agent. It means we can do the war missions faster and it just makes our Inquisition more powerful. I've also collected these little glyphs that were around here that didn't seem to do much, but I collected them anyway. And there was something in here. These demons are clever. So we found a journal somewhere. So the journal recovered in the mire suggests a rather unstoppable apostate is roaming about somewhere. The apostate mage, apparently named Widris, seems to be mixed up with some demons and could be dangerous. So that's where we're going. Let's go and see what mischief is in here. Grab some more flowers because we can. Summer stone, let's grab that too. And let's do a save. I haven't done a full save in a little bit. There we go. Somewhere around here is a bad mage. Okay, this is there's anywhere in this area, okay. Or he's hiding. And Jay, did we already recruit Speaker Anais from Lorman's Exile in the Hinterlands, the preachy lady? Pretty sure you can make her an agent for Liliana depending on what dialogue option you choose. I think I may have recruited her already, and not known that based on your choices chooses where they go. I think I have recruited her. I don't remember if she's working for Liliana or Josephine. So we might be stuck for the moment. I do have an Inquisition point to spend, so I could just put another point in the Liliana tree. That will then enable us to unlock the lockpicking, but then I need to get another point to spend on said lockpicking. I thought we'd be collecting Inquisition points and experience faster. But it'll come in time. Well, we're just collecting rocks here. This has not panned out. How can I not find this guy? Up with demons. There's just nothing here. Interact with a statue, maybe? No, we just plant the flag there and that's it. Vito, trash day! You gotta put the bin out. Yes, that is important. You never want to miss trash day. Yeah. That's where you like run out early in the morning because you hear the truck chasing it down the street. Take my bin! He's outside the wall. All right. Thank you very much. That's true. I guess we can make our way up around here somewhere. Try and find our way up through here. Let's give that a crack then. Do we want to head to the east to get out? I think that's the only way out, right? It's like a little rocky coliseum. Let's go up and around here. Rusty, you has made it. Yes, welcome to stream. Your rightful place these evenings. You're tired despite having a nana nap during you had a nana nap at lunchtime.
My kind black.
That's awesome.
I know that what comes out of your mouth is the same drivel that comes out of theirs.
It might sound that way to someone who's been clubbed on the head too often.
Careful, I don't club you on the head.
That's what I'd expect from your kind.
Wow, they really don't like each other. Well, I guess Wardens and Tevinter aren't going to love each other because Tevinters are the ones that caused the fucking Darkspawn in the first place. There we go. Now we've got some of these bloody corpses spawning. Slap him down. Boom. Alright. Keep looking. Keep looking, people. Well, hopefully you are able to chill out for the rest of the evening, Frosty, and recover. And hopefully no more scratches on the head from a startled kitty. Oh, what's that? There's a wraith. Take the wraith out. Okay, we got some more corpses and demons about. The more drowners. Can I get these with fire? Nope, I perfectly missed both of them. Alright. Dawn Lotus. Haven't seen Dawn Lotus before. Whoop. Oh. You can't go into deep water. You get rewinded back onto land. Alright, let's knock these down. Nice shooting, Dorian. And Frosty, it's a warm evening. That it is. Fortunately, it feels like it's cooled down a little bit for me, so I'm not too sweaty at the moment. But it was definitely very sweaty this afternoon. You got no idea what to have for dinner. Bit late for dinner? Nah. Dinner can be any time. Don't have any suggestions though. It's never too late for food. Dinner, din supper. We still need to try and go up around here, or maybe around here. Where does this lead us? Yeah, oh, this leads us back into the Colosseum area, which I thought was possible to exit this way. Can we exit? Because that seemed to be all closed in there, so let's see if we can exit around one of these other sides then. Pay more close attention to these walls. Oh, we can come out the other side. Cider shall be your dinner, especially if it's an apple crumble cider, right? That's a food group. It's a fruity food group. Oh, I hear noises. Where is it? There it is. There they are. Alrighty. Dunsky. Oh, we've got some red dots behind us. But meanwhile, we found a place called the Hidden Apostates Camp. That's got to be it, right? Grab the flour. Especially when one adds vanilla ice cream. Well, there you go. That's dairy. That's another food group. Perfect. Full crumble cider spider. Perfect. Here's a question. Why are they called spiders? Why is a soft drink or a fizzy drink beverage of some kind with ice cream in it called a spider? Because it is not appealing, it's not appetizing as a spider. It's not a bad beverage or dessert, but a spider's a terrible name. Kill Widris. Oh, Widris is a bit tougher. Let's put some fire down. And let's do our Fade Cloak and knock him down. Yeah, suck on that. Keep knocking him down so he can't get any spells. He's moved away, so let's take the ads out. Oh, done. That was him there. Cool. Quest complete. Grab the loot. Superior Daily Bow. Yeah, probably not going to use any of these things. We shall sell them. What I want is really cool schematics so we can create and craft really cool gear. I should, I'll spend some money at the Black Emporium as well. I think you get some cool schematics there, right? So, Bright. In Australia and New Zealand, an ice cream float is known as a spider because once the carbonation hits the ice cream, it forms a spider web-like reaction. It is traditionally made using either lime or pink creaming soda. Alright, thank you, Dr. Google, and thank you, Bright, for educating us on these very important matters. Okay. I think that's everything we can do in this area now as well. Let's go to the world map is there anything else we can do on the Storm Coast? Ah, Storm Coast. This is where there's a door that you couldn't get through yet. Why don't we go check that out? We've also got some stuff to pick up for Blackwall here as well. It's feeling a little bit grindy. How are we doing for time? We've still got some time. Alright, let us go to this camp here. And see if we can go through that other cave. It's just called a float everywhere else on Earth. Alright, so we're the only dickheads that call it a spider. Alright, we're special that way, are we?
It's in...
Nothing to report, sir.
Thank you. You just interrupted the banter, though. Goddamn soldier person. Horsey horse, let's go. Oh yes, it's always raining along here, even when it's sunshine. Thump. There's always the heavy thump, but no damage done, no one is injured. Just a frightening thump sound. Right, so this, I think, is the door I was talking about that we cannot get through as yet. Okay. Alright, let's just ping our little map marker we put down. Cool, so we can't go and collect those yet. These things here, Memories of the Grey, they're pretty boring to run around and collect, so I might just do them separately. However, I'm interested to see if there's anything we can get to in this black area here, because I haven't explored that yet. So, where can we travel to that is nearest to there? Probably this one, is it? Let's travel here, run up into this unexplored area just to see if there's something interesting there. Then I think we head back to Haven and have some more conversations. And then we might be finishing a little bit early tonight. See how we go.
Nothing to report, sir.
Nothing to report, sir. Very good. Get on my horsey, away we go. To the east. To the east, about there-ish. Vito's back from delivering his bins.
Here.
Oh. Climb up. Oh. Climb! Climb, horsey, climb!
Whoa.
Okay. I don't know if we can climb up there to get up there. Or is it through there? Northbound are we meant to be now? But Frosty, have you created your special meal of violet... I was going to say violet crumble. No, apple crumble cider. Oh, we can sneak through these little... Nope, we've got to dismount. Dismount to get through the tunnel. Grab the elf fruit before someone yells at me. No, it just brought us back here. Maybe we can't get down there. We travel to this? We can. Let's try going here. Sarian Camp. Ah, that's right. These are the guys that we recruited after challenging their chief.
Are you sure?
After they had killed some of our people. So, Frosty, not yet. You've had to put some washing on for... Oh, yes, fair enough. Ah, damn chores getting in the way. You've had to do washing. Vito's had to put bins out. It's never ending. I'm running around like a dickhead trying to get to places that I may not be able to get to. Wanted to go down here. What if we go through... It is possible that where I'm trying to go, you can't actually go. Let's see, let's head to here, and then head south through the mountain pass. Adulting is the worst decision you ever made as a child. Adulting is the one thing I hate about being an adult. Sure, you can do whatever you want, but you also have to do everything. Adulting is the worst. Alright, through here we go. This is the unknown territory. This is what I wanted to check out. And it looks like there's nothing here after all that. New areas I like to explore on foot, so you can loot things, interact with objects, and hit the searchy ping icon. Quickly fight stuff if you have to. Yep, there is nothing here. Frosty, bedtime, no school, but you gotta go to work and pay bills, so yes, it's just as bad. And it's all on you if you fuck it up. Alright. Cool. Really doesn't look like there's much here. This leads somewhere interesting. This is one of the things I really like about Skyrim, right? And the way, and Fallout and those games, the way that they set it up where, you know, on your compass, when you're nearby something, you get a little icon, you're like, ooh, there's a cabin nearby. Let's see what this cabin has to hold. And sometimes it's just some loot, sometimes it's some witch or Hargraven. You never know what you're going to get. But anyway, it looks like we've covered everything here. These friendlies. They appear to be friendlies. It's a big shield. Damn. Massive shield. Alright, well, there's not much else going on here then. Okay, time for us to head back to Haven, I think. I don't think there's anything in Val Royeaux. Let's double check Val Royeaux. Nope. And we can spend more shards at Forbidden Oasis, but I don't have enough shards to spend yet. So we've got Haven, Hinterlands, clear. And that's clear. That's the Black Emporium DLC shop. So to Haven we go. Let's go to Haven, talk to some people, get some banter. We're all set. Alrighty. Oh, there's a side quest here. Special. Oh, that's special shipments. That's right. Every time you come here, there's a chance that there's something in the special shipments. Got some schematics once, but that was only once. Chat to Iron Bull. We haven't talked to him since our thing with the mages.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
I've got no problem with normal magic, but Tevinter goes beyond all reason.
Yeah. I know, right? The Vints are always pushing. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
Hopefully, we will succeed.
Can I help you?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. You know how it is. Even growing up Talvashath, your parents had to tell you about some of it, right? No names. I figure your parents chose yours the same way. Nice going on a Dar, by the way. Weapon. I like that.
Adar. I think that's effectively our surname, right?
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically.
Ooh.
I like having an article at the front.
Right.
It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
So, you reckon Freddie Prinze Jr. does a good job of voicing the bull? I think he does a good job, but I'm not blown away by it. I'm sort of picturing him there like he's in the voice booth and he's trying to put on a heavier voice that's not really his natural voice. I don't know. Maybe I just had really high expectations when you said that was Freddie Prinze Jr. He's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad at all. Good character, good voice.
How's it going?
What else can we talk about?
There are a few here who know what it means to be Kunari.
You're not Kunari. You're Talvashar. World of difference.
That is true.
My parents raised me to be free. I'm grateful to them.
Fine. Their call. You didn't turn into a murdering bandit, so I guess we're fine. You want to know anything about the Kunari? Since we're talking about them.
What's your problem with Talvashoth?
As Ben Hasrath, my job back home was keeping the peace, helping people live by the Qun. Talvashoth turned their back on all that, decided they'd rather live like savages. The Qun is not perfect, but at least there's some sense to it.
He has big nipples. I keep being distracted by his giant nipples.
My parents weren't like that. They could live peacefully and raise me as well as any human parents could.
Well, good. They aren't the kind of Talvashoth I've got a problem with, then. Look, if you're worried I'm going to attack you, don't be. I had a lifetime of fighting Talvashoth. You're not the kind I hate.
Good, good, good.
The word Kunari, does it mean what we are, the race? Or is it anyone who follows the Qun?
Depends on who you ask. Are you Kunari or Talvashoth? The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talvashar, deserters.
What about Kunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Ooh, I'd be interested to know what they are.
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight. Or kill you.
Yes, politics always ends up going dodgy, doesn't it? Hello, Nicarin. Thanks for coming along. Welcome. I don't have a lot of action happening right now. We are having a whole bunch of discussions with our crew members after having completed in last night's stream the big story mission with the mages and getting them to ally with us. So now we're just doing a bit of dialogue and side quests this evening, and it looks like we've run out of side quests, so now we're just going to smash through some dialogue for a little bit. Hopefully it's good and interesting.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Vivienne's too political. Dorian's too arrogant, and Solus is just... weird. They'd all end up dead. Or worse. Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no. I don't think about it much at all.
Solus is just weird.
I've heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Wow. So, yeah, love and sex is different amongst Kunari.
So, you've never really made love? Connected with someone in both body and soul?
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a leather-wrapped rod on a harness. That wasn't really my soul, though. Also, there were more than 2 people.
Amazing. Oh, tell us more stories like that, Iron Bull. Nicarin, you're Italian. Ah, molto bene. That's about as far as my Italian goes, sorry. Glad to have you on board anyway. Hopefully you can understand my Aussie accent. Which hopefully isn't too thick.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
Oh, to be spies. The Ben Hasra spies.
You never knew your parents?
No. I know for you folks, that's a big deal. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to sleep, all the parent stuff. I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed when I knocked everything down.
Standard small child, they love knocking shit down.
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
Alright, very good.
See you later, Bull.
Well, it's interesting learning about some more details around this Kunari. I didn't know some of those things. He's good value. Alright, let's talk to Cullen, because we haven't talked to Cullen yet either. Cullen is our other war table advisor person.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
You weren't happy with how I brought in the mages. Do you have a problem with me as well?
Of course not. I have no intention of endangering your alliance, but I must ensure the safety of those here. That concern extends to the mages. They are putting themselves at risk for the Inquisition, as are you. Any precautions taken are meant to aid you, nothing more. I hope you will accept them as such.
He's so tiny next to us, I know, right? We've just been talking to Iron Bull eye to eye, and now we're looking down on everyone again. Oh, let's flirt with Cullen.
Did you leave anyone behind in Kirkwall?
No. I fear I made few friends there, and my family's in Ferelden.
No one special caught your interest?
I can't say I was looking. Honestly, I was not good company back then.
Ooh, we can flirt super hard. Well, I don't want to flirt super hard because we actually don't want to pursue Cullen at this point.
I take it you're not looking now.
Between the needs of the Inquisition and... well, I can't say that I am.
Or his short Whittle Cullen by comparison. Now, we'll talk to Varric in a minute, and then it's going to be even worse. It's going to be like looking down to an ant. A midget. What else can we talk about? Let's learn more about Cullen whilst we're here.
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
I am finding these interesting.
All right. Where are you from?
Why did we get a... Where are you from? And we suddenly got a... What the hell is this? A letter. How to act for Elden. My esteemed Lady Sidonia, I'd like to take full responsibility for Lady Marchalette's odd behavior of late. You see, we recently began the study of history. I thought that it would do the young mistress some good to be exposed to all the all Theodosian cultures, not just Orlais, was a foolish thought. I'm not reading all
I
that.
grew up in Ferelden near Honwood. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Where did that come from? That was weird. Alright, Varric's from Kirkwall, yeah.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Kunari occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. The Apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
There was a lot of drama that happened in Dragon Age 2. That is a pretty good summary.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad.
Yep.
She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion. Turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
Yes, you should. Grizz, welcome back, man. Are you back from holidays and stuff now? What did you miss? It depends on what you've seen, because I don't think you've seen anything from the start of this gaming series, right? So a whole bunch, but not too much. You haven't missed too much this session. This session's been about just friendly chats, some follow-up to the events that happened in our story episode last night, as well as some side questage. But yes, welcome. Awesome. Thanks for coming along, man. Great to have you back. There's no dick shots in this game for you yet, but don't worry, I always call out dick shots for both you and Vito whenever I get the opportunity. But yeah, chill sesh tonight. Main story again Thursday. That is exactly the plan, Jay. So Thursday we'll be kicking on with the next story mission, which hopefully will be interesting. I'm assuming it's going to be interesting. It's always interesting. We're all prepared.
Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Abominations.
Survived the Blight. I have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
Oh, he doesn't even want to talk about it. Right. Well, we first encountered Cullen in Dragon Age Origins, when there was blood magic and abominations in the Mage Circle. But we convinced them to do good things.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time, then.
sorry, Jay. Yeah, for those people who aren't familiar, so we've got with the holidays over the New Year period, there's been some of the regular people slowly filtering back into the session. So yeah, Grizz loves it when I get a dick shot. So quite often in Mass Effect or an FPS game or wherever possible, sometimes I'll be able to slip in a dick shot as a finishing move, and it'll always be a dick shot for Grizz. And when Grizz isn't here, don't worry, Vito will remind, hey, dick shot for Grizz. So just some more of the community banter, that is all. Grizz is also tends to be a master at stealthing games, and so I very much disappoint him in my lack of stealthy goodness when I play games, and there's stealthy options that I completely fail at. And Grizz also likes to bring really helpful tips like kill more, die less.
Repeat the chant of light.
And other useless tips. Or groin shot of its female enemy. Yeah. Not as funny though if it's a female. It's more funny when it's a dick shot. Or if it's a robot, like the Geth in Mass Effect. Still a dick shot. Who else was standing over here? Oh, Vivian is here. Why is Vivian down here? No, it's Cassandra. Ah. Alright, let's chat to Cassandra because she wasn't thrilled with the mage choice either. Oh, and licking stuff. That's right, lick everything. We had to explain Moist the Scot earlier as well, Grizz. Going on here?
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
Now, children, play nice. Don't make me have to send you to your rooms. Especially when I tower over both of you.
Never ends, evidently.
Is there an issue with the mages? Can I help?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
Yeah.
You would have done differently, I suppose.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Oh, let's flirt.
You're flattering me.
I'm not. This always happens. Nobody ever takes my meaning.
She's so cold.
You should see your face. I'm thinking less flattering things now. Let's hope the breach has your sense of humor.
And she walks away. Oh, come on. It's fun making fun of Cassandra. Where did she go? And Moist the Scot was one of the first things to bring up licking everything. Yeah, that's true. Many of these sayings end up being connected, don't they? It is fun teasing Cass. I like it. Let's make more fun of Cass.
Yes?
It's because she takes herself so seriously. She's like a cat, right? You'd look at two things. You got dogs and puppies and cats. You know, dogs and puppies are just goofballs. They're never embarrassed. They're just dickheads having a good time. Cats take themselves so seriously, which is why cat videos inevitably often end up being funnier, because it's more fun to make fun of cats than it is of dogs. And plus, dogs are just sort of, I don't know, it's less of a deal. Alright, let's learn a bit more about Cassandra.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh yes, and I am very horny, Grizz. We have some solid, ornate, decorated hornyage. Yes. What happened to your brother? Oh yes, there was something about her brother, wasn't there?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Ooh, we're not friendly enough to talk about it, are we?
Back to work.
What else?
Yes?
Can we talk about the Seekers?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
But what are Seekers exactly?
Yeah.
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So the Seekers commanded the Templars?
No. The Order didn't assume command until after the rebellion. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, but that depends on the individual.
So they get sort of divine abilities, do they? And they are immune to mind control. I wonder if that means, therefore, that they're also immune to, like, blood magic mind control. Must be.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
That is pretty cool. All right. Jay, you've got to bounce. No worries. Thanks for coming along. Yes, next main session will be Thursday, and we'll get into some nice juicy story elements then too. Yes, Sparkle Sauce, your cat doesn't take himself seriously. That's true, I can vouch for that. He is a giant doofus. And Frosty, your cat's clumsy dream, she startled awake from that, ended with you bleeding. Yeah, bleeding in the face as well. Oh, silly cats. So Grizz, yes, you were away road tripping with Grizz Rife. You had licorice and road snacks, but you're home again now, right? The borders let you back in? We're glad you're back anyway. Great to see you online. She the best, yeah. Grizz Wife is the best. She feeds the Grizz the snackage and puts up with his desire to lick everything. And dick shots. Okay, so what did these Seekers actually rebel against? What was the deal?
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
Ah, then they might have been able to avoid the Mage War.
You're right. Something should have been done.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Ooh, what's this vigil?
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people.
Wow.
We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion.
Well,
And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
ooh, that is pretty... Alright, that sounds pretty rough.
Was it some kind of magic?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
I've no more questions.
Alright, well, that was a good chat. Hope we get to make more fun of her, because that's quite funny. But she takes herself so seriously, like a cat. Alright, let's check if there's any...
In any of your investigations?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
No, it's taken all of us by surprise. We must... I don't know. He compromised the rebel mages, and is likely responsible for the disappearance of the Templars.
And we know nothing about him.
We will soon enough.
Ah, yes, this Elder One, this one who Alexius was serving. We need to interrogate Alexius. Still nothing showing up there. I'm assuming it's only rare that things show up there.
If you're free later, would you like to have a drink at the tavern?
Are you courting a knife here, Scout Pallane?
No, I don't know. I used to drink with the soldiers, but I can't talk with them anymore, not really.
You've seen enough pieces to have some idea of the size of the game we're playing.
Yes, and I'm sorry. You understand. This Elder One, there's no one I can talk to.
I'll be in the tavern this evening. Perhaps you could buy me a drink. Make sure you take a bath first.
Huh. Yeah, you go on a date. Relax about it. It's fine. It's fine. Daisy. Damn, Mum, just happened. You got interrupted, did you? What are we doing? Now we're going to talk to Varric. By the way, your bruise is mostly healed, and it's not all that sore. That's good, because that was a very colourful bruise that you showed us on Discord, Frosty. Damn. Very impressive. As a random fact, I almost never bruise. So if I run into something, I'll be sore, but I almost never bruise, no matter how hard I hit something. But my skin will mark easily, but yeah, no bruising for me. I don't know if that's good or bad, but anyway. I don't get the pretty colours like you get on your on your leg. Okay, Varric. Let's talk to our boy, Varric.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad.
Yeah.
But Red Lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my Red Lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for Red Lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
Sure is.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Catch my breath.
I was planning to put my feet up, maybe grab a nap. You?
Whatever I do, it'll be as far from Cassandra as I can get. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
That she will. She sure will. Oh, Sparkle Sauce worked today. Yes, back into the work life after a year off, after having little baby Sauce. Daisy, our Inquisitor looks pretty. Thank you, I appreciate that. It took a lot of effort. This is the most effort into character creation that I've ever done in a game, because it's quite difficult to make a good-looking Kunari in this game. And I was trying to do it without using the mod that gives you more slider options, because that mod can introduce problems with the DLCs. So success, I think. Like I say, it took me a while. I tried a whole bunch of different mods for some horn and hair layouts. But anyway, I got one that's just one simple mod for this hair. Works well with these horns. I think this was the second or third attempt at making the face that's not too awful. But yes, we're going for the, you know, we're a Kunari mage. We're, you know, we're different to other Kunari. We're pretty, we're elegant, we're smart, we're educated, we're capable. So we're like a very un-Kunari Kunari, effectively. Something different. Nice eyes that look great in a jar. Thanks. Not creepy at all, thank you, Grizz.
I've got a minute if you need something.
Yes, let's talk a little bit more about stuff. Can we learn about Hawk?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and
The
I
height
have a few
difference.
questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently, the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Oh, that's interesting. I always wondered about that.
Carry on.
Carry on, Varric. But surely there's some more things we can ask, because...
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Yo, Elvin! Thanks for coming along, man. You're too lazy to get off your tablet. Ah, don't worry about that. Just sort of chill, relax, browse whatever you need to on the tablet. And Frosty, nana naps during your lunch break are your new favourite thing. You forgot how nice naps are. Yes, I love it when you sort of get into the nap. The only downside can be when you get way too deep into the nap and then it takes you 3/4 of an hour for your brain to boot back up and for you to, you know, rejoin this plane of existence, this reality. Have we been doing dialogue for the last 3 hours? No, we haven't. Although we have been doing a fair bit of dialogue. So we did some dialogue at the start, then we went out and cleared out a bunch of side quests, and now we're just finishing with a little bit of dialogue now. And we're probably going to call it shortly, because now we're going to be all prepared for the next main story mission on Thursday. You kind of wonder, so Frosty, you kind of wonder if the Arashok was affected by the red lyrium after so long. Possibly, but I think, well, in the end, it was sort of driven a bit, well, it was Isabella's stealing the shit that actually, you know, kept them there and wound them up, and they just stayed there for so long, we probably just went a bit stir-crazy. But they implied that, well, in the Legacy DLC, they implied that maybe Corypheus, you know, who's like the sleeping... ancient corrupted Tevinter dude, they implied that he was likely having an influence on all the bad shit around Kirkwall, so maybe he was part of that influence. Or maybe it was the red lyrium, but I don't think the Kunari were really directly exposed to the red lyrium like Meredith was, so... But, you know, could be any one of these things. The, Elvin, do we like Varric more in 2 or here? Oh, that's tough. He's more of an active role in 2 because of the way that he's narrating the story. I don't know. I love him as a character either way. He's good in both. Maybe we need to see more of him as this game unfolds to see. He looks more charming in 2, you reckon? Yeah, he's probably a bit more battle-scarred here, perhaps. A bit more smart-arsey in 2, perhaps. But I guess we'll see what happens as we progress through the story to see what his character sort of evolves into.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Oh, we've already talked to him about all this stuff.
No problem.
Okay. We've talked to almost everyone then. We just need to talk to Solus. Everyone else we've chatted to for the most part, I think. So let's go chat to Solus. And then that's pretty much everything covered for this evening, I reckon. So Frosty, Corypheus is more likely the culprit if it was anything more than the Arashok going batty from being struck in a bed of crime and human dastardry. Well, that's true. I mean, he was not the... After being in Kirkwall for so long, the Arashok was pretty unhappy with what he was observing amongst humankind. I guess we never really know. Alright, Solus. The one that Iron Bull reckons is just weird.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it
Oh,
be
yes.
an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Oh, no, it was real. Dude, it was real and it was messed up.
Dorian was sure. Impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe.
Not true.
A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Ooh, duly noted. Well done. Good point, Solus. He didn't like when I said Dorian was sure. He was slightly disapproved of that. Maybe I needed to be sure myself. It's only slight. When they slightly approve or disapprove, it's like 1 point. When they approve or disapprove, it's 5 points. And when they greatly disapprove or approve, it is 25 points. But you don't really get to see the level like you do in the other games. It just sort of... It's like vague as to how much they actually like you. You don't get to see your current score.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Oh, you've given us a side quest now. Alright, well, let's have a look at that in a minute.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try. Imagine if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the Veil were not present. For better or worse.
Sounds dangerous.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Aha, well.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
Oh, interesting.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
So he's convinced that the breach was deliberately caused, not an accident or a byproduct of something else going on. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we've talked to everyone. I do just want to go down and check the dungeons again in case we can actually see Alexius in there and talk to him. Where was that?
Trusts in the Maker. Fire is her water.
On we go. And there's a side quest that we picked up. It was in the hinterlands, wasn't it? Shit. Where was it? Measuring the Veil. Travel to the hinterlands with Solus. Or is it a companion quest, perhaps? Oh, it is a companion quest. Cool. Well, we're not doing that tonight because we don't have the time, but we definitely will be doing that at some stage. Oops, banged my head because I'm too tall. Oh, and Sarah has opened these doors for us to now check out. That's true. Andraste, Bride of the Maker. We are not reading that, but we get some experience. The Disciplines, no, the Disciples of Andraste. This was a religious person imprisoned in here. Dawn Lotus. Oh yeah, with some loot and another note. The Black City. No traveler to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City. Was once the Golden City, right? Until the original Tevinter mages busted in, got ejected back from the Fade, and were the first corrupted ones. The first of the Darkspawn. Yeah, Alexius is definitely not down here. Oh, we can open these. Misplaced notes. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for restoring Haven. The notes have obviously come loose from a ledger of some sort. Okay, so it's about them rebuilding and restoring Haven. That's fine. Anything else here? Nope. One more looty loot. Just some herbs, and that's it. Alright, cool. Fun. So, Frosty, this was Haven, so it was a place that worshipped Andraste, where the mad worshippers thought she'd been born again as the High Dragon. So you find a lot of religious type text. Ah, that makes sense. Now, we came to Haven in Dragon Age Origins, right? We go through Haven to get to the mountains to find Andraste's ashes. Is that where we come through? And we got to sort of deal with the crazy people? Like the crazy cultisty type people? Yes, that's right. And they believe she'd been reborn as the dragon, and you got to fight the dragon or whatever else. Yes, 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 yes. Cool. That makes sense. That's where we are now. Excellent. Thank you for that little reminder. See, I love exploring the lore with you guys. It's excellent. Cool. All right. So, look, that's going to be it for tonight. I apologize. There was a lot of dialogue. I actually enjoyed most of this dialogue, so I'm hoping you found it interesting as well. But I know that too much dialogue at once gets rather dry and boring, which is why I tried to sort of balance it out with some side quest action in the middle. I'm open to suggestions as to what we should do in what order in order to better understand or better get the pacing right throughout these sessions, especially from you experts who have played some of these things. But I think we're hitting the mark okay at the moment. Grizz, you AFK and come back to us in our sex room. That's right. That's what these cages, chains, and stockades are for. Just the way you like it. Alrighty. So next session is not tomorrow night, but the night after. So that's 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. Check my schedule on Twitch if you want to see what that is in your local time zone. I hope more of you will be able to come along. It's so great to have you come along and partake in these sessions with us. I'm just putting some links in the chat. Visit Patreon or come and join our awesome Discord community. We've got great things happening there. Oh, I need to talk about a giveaway. I'm going to do my first ever giveaway, which is just going to be a digital copy of Jedi Fallen Order. I need to figure out how to do that. It will be done on Discord somehow. I'll figure that out over the next week or two. But yes, come along, get involved, and we'll figure out how we do that. I'm open to suggestions. I know there's quite complex ways to do that with giveaway bots on Discord. I don't know if we're big enough as a community to use full-on bots for that yet, but anyway, we'll figure it out at some stage. Thank you very much for coming along, Vito. We shall indeed. Everyone, have a great day, have a great night. Big thank you to our Patreon sponsors, which includes the likes of Vito Frosty, as well as Stephen Ziggy something. I can't remember. I keep forgetting to look up his alias name. Apologies for that. I'll get onto that. Cool. Alrighty. 2 days time. We'll see you then. This has been Nerdedness. I've been Shade. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having fun. And we'll hang out again very shortly for some another chapter of this thick, rich, dense, awesome story action. We'll talk to you then.
Something's on its way into the